Welcome to the Driving the World podcast series. I'm your host, Cully Holland. Today we have Don Congdon, a corporate trainer, and we'll be discussing our training options, specifically our online versions. Hey, Don, how are you doing today? Welcome back.
Nice to be back, Cully. Thanks.
So today we're going to talk about some of our training options like we did on our last podcast, but we're going to hone in specifically on the online versions. So how did our online training really get started?
Well, the online training really got started during the pandemic. And the pandemic was a pretty bad thing, but for training, it was actually kind of a good thing because it made us back up and rethink training a little bit. We got sent home from the office for some months in early 2020. And I know when I did that, I went home with a whole bunch of equipment and I just sat down and said, what can I do about training with everybody out of the office? And I started creating video trainings, and we realized very quickly that they worked very well. And a lot of people enjoyed them, profited from them. We also learned how to make them and how to make them quickly. And as the pandemic started winding down, we transitioned a lot of that material onto YouTube, and we started making it available not just to our own people, but to customers. And that was really the beginning. I think we all picked up a lot of skills during the pandemic. We all certainly learned how to do Zoom calls efficiently.
Yes, we did.
And we learned that training didn't have to be in person in a classroom. So it really broadened our thinking. It was, on the whole, a good thing.
Well, that is awesome. And it sounds like online, we were mainly talking about YouTube, and that would be our SEW-EURODRIVE USA channel, which is where they can find these. So if we're on our YouTube channel, what kind of trainings can our customers find?
We have a lot of material on YouTube right now, and we're adding to it every day. Right now, we have 4 classes on YouTube that would traditionally be offered in person. In fact, 2 of those we still offer in person as well. We have a class in SEW-EURODRIVE B that is a 2-day class. We have one in SEW-EURODRIVE C control cabinet products, also a 2-day class. And you can take these in person if you want, but we offer them in this form. We also offer some things that aren't offered for in-person classes. We have SEW-Mod D, our original decentralized product that's still very strong. It's up there now. And we have a class in IPOS, which is a programming system used with the B generation technology. We only offered that very rarely in person, but now it's up there for anybody who cares to take it. And that's basically a 3-day class.
Those do sound like fantastic resources. And you were talking about some of the classes that go back and forth between online and in person. So how would the online versions compare to the in-person courses that we offer?
Yes, people ask that a lot. They wonder, can a YouTube class be as good as an in-person class? And the answer is yes, it can. These are exactly the same as far as content. You see the same materials. You hear the same person who would be delivering the course, me in the case of SEW-EURODRIVE C, Justin Miller in the course of SEW-EURODRIVE B. We give exactly the same delivery that we do in those classes. You do the same labs. In fact, you even have the labs there as PDFs that you can download and print out. So you're doing the same thing a person would do in an in-person class, but you're doing it in the comfort of your own facility at your own pace.
So it sounds like maybe for some of our time-restricted customers or customers that can't spare 2, maybe 3 days with travel out of the office, that's going to be a very useful resource for them. And we're talking about these. I mean, I know it's on YouTube, but how easy is it to find? Is it like in order? Like how accessible are these trainings?
Yes, they're extremely accessible. You just go to the SEW USA YouTube channel. And if you go to the playlists, we have playlists for each of these. So that shows everything in the proper order. Just start with the introduction class and then work forward one by one as you go through them. Many of them will have links in the video description where you can download required software from SEW's website or PDFs for documentation. As I said, we also have labs available in some of these that are PDFs. So it's really very well planned and articulated, so a person should have no problem taking one of these classes. The intro session for each class tells you what equipment you'll need and how to set things up. So it's really just very straightforward and well laid out.
So just making sure our customers have a drive that they need to use. They can go through these courses and they just don't press that pesky shuffle button on the YouTube playlist and they'll be A-okay. Is there anything else you really want to talk about our predominantly online trainings, or does that about wrap it up?
Yes, I have a few other things I'd like to mention. First of all, besides the online classes, we also offer shorter trainings, which are kind of how-to videos. Those are on the same channel. They cover all kinds of topics, mechanical and electronic. So if you need just some very specific, highly focused topic rather than a broad class, check out the channel. There's a lot of stuff there for that as well. And I'll mention we have a lot of things in the pipeline that we're adding to the YouTube channel right now. I'm in the process of developing a Movitrack LTE B Plus class for our low-end VFDs, and after that I'm going to be doing Movitrack LTPB. That'll be coming up. You can expect to see those probably by September, October of 2023. And we're planning other trainings as well, like MoviC decentralized products. So there are just tons of things in the pipeline that you can expect to see that'll enhance our offerings. And just one other thing I want to mention.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, people worry, if I'm taking a class like this, what if I run into problems? I don't have a teacher to talk to like I do in an in-person class. Well, we've thought of that. In each of our trainings, we remind you that if you have questions about the class, you can email training@SEW-EURODRIVE.com and connect to a trainer, usually the person who created the class. And all we ask you to do is to put the class name in the subject line so it gets to the right person, and we'll be happy to answer questions. So there's even a limited amount of hand-holding available there.
Well, that is awesome, and sounds like they are going to get the help they need if they need it. And it also sounds like the training group is continuing to grow and going to offer even more classes. So that is great news for a lot of our customers. And Don, I really appreciate you coming on today. Hope you have a good one.
Okay, thanks, Scully. Happy to be here.